let's go, family. Happy, blessed, and amazing Wednesday. You already know it's your boy, Crazy Faith to God, right? Welcome to the channel where you get nothing but value and, impacting your spirits each and every single day, right? I know I took off for a little bit, just to recharge, right? Just to heal, right? To get some new information and actually grow and transform, right? So shout out to God for that, a little vacation right there. Right now we are back at it, right? Starting up these videos again, right? Sometimes you just gotta take a break from life, right? Go within, right? Heal from whatever you're going through, right? And just heal and transform, right? So that way you could be more of a value to the world, right? Because without you healing, without you taking that break, you kind of like stay average. You kind of like don't grow, right? And it's always good to, take those breaks so you can heal and grow. Just like when you're working out, just like when you're exercising, right? When you're exercising, right, you got to take a couple days off, right? You got to let your muscles heal so that way you can get bigger, you can become stronger, you can become wiser, right? Same thing with the spiritual growth, right? It's always good to take breaks, right? Not too long of a breaks, but, a break where you could really recharge, regain, your focus and heal, right? So this is what we want to do. You want to be able to transform and break free, right? So today's topic is going to be, what's today's topic? All right, keep going. That's today's topic. Today's topic is going to actually be, you got to keep going, right? You got to keep going, right? And, as we go through life and grow through life, right, it's going to be a lot of challenges. It's going to be a lot of things that happen where people try to pull you down to their level of excellence, right? But I come to you today and say that, you don't have to let that control you, right? You don't have to let that control you. You could actually let that fuel you to actually shine your light, to actually keep pushing, to actually keep growing, right? Because there's going to be always someone, something that's trying to hinder you, right? That's trying to stunt your growth. That's trying to stop what God is doing, right? And I want to let you guys know that that person is not more powerful than God. That person cannot stop what God is doing, right? That person cannot stop what God is doing, right? So we want to be super mindful of that, right? Don't let nobody stop nothing, right? Keep pushing forward, keep going, keep enduring, right? You fall 10 times, you get back up 10 more times, right? Because I guarantee you, every time you fall, whether you know it or not, you become stronger. Whether you know it or not, you become stronger every time you fall, right? But you got to get back up. And a lot of successful people in life had endured failure. They fell a bunch of times, but what? They had to keep getting back up, right? They didn't let their failure determine their success, right? They was resilient. They kept getting up when people was trying to pull them down, right? So my question to you is, are you going to get back up? Are you going to keep running that race? Or are you going to let outside circumstances determine your future, right? Are you going to let outside circumstances determine your future, right? Nobody should have power over what God is doing in your life, right? Nobody should have power over that, right? And I just want to let you guys know that you're in control, right? You're in control. The Spirit of God that dwells within you is in control, right? So just keep going, right? You're going through hell, just keep going, You fell, get up and just keep going, right? You just got to keep going. You just got to keep enduring, right? Life will try to throw rocks, right? People will try to throw rocks and hide, right? And you just got to keep going. You got to brush it off like it's nothing, right? Don't let it within you. Don't let it get inside of you, right? That's another topic for another day, but let's talk about it, right? Do not let outside circumstances get in you. That's where I feel like a lot of people lose, right? Because anything that happens on the outside should not get inside of you. You have an option to let it get inside of you or to leave it on the outside, right? You have an option to let it to leave it on the outside or to let it get inside of you. But you know what? You know what's so crazy? A lot of people don't know about that. They don't know about not letting things get within them, right? So you got, problems on the outside, right? You don't want to let it into your subconscious mind, the internal world. And you got to be aware. You got to be aware of what you're thinking about, what you're giving energy to, because that's what you're letting inside, right? See, I'm doing this video right now. I'm letting this video kind of like work through me, right? So I'm pouring from the internal world out to the physical world, right? I'm kind of like letting this stuff get inside of you, right? I'm letting my information, the wisdom, get inside of you. That's okay. This stuff is good to get inside of you. But what you don't want to get inside of you is negativity, fear, doubt, worry, right? Things of the devil, right? Lust. You don't want to let that get inside of you, right? You want to reject that, right? But you want to let the positive stuff, the stuff that resonate with your spirit, right? But you got to be aware of what you're letting in and what you're rejecting out, right? You gotta be aware of that, because you have the ability to reject information. If somebody say, "Oh, you are," just an example, "you are unhappy," or "you're miserable," what? No, reject. I'm happy. I'm the son of God. I'm the light. I'm the son of God, right? You can say that. You can reject that information. Oh, that person said you were unhappy, you were sad, you were ugly, whatever the case may be. You can reject that. Nope, I reject that. What you're doing now is rejecting that information, right? You're rejecting that information because it doesn't serve you. See, you have the ability to not let things get inside of you, but we have to become aware of it. We can't allow outside situations to get inside of us, right? We can't allow outside situations to get inside of us, right? And I was once that person. I was once that person that let outside circumstances determine my happiness, my joy, I was once that person. And we got to keep those doors up. We got to keep those walls up, right? Because the moment you don't keep that wall up, what happens? And you let it in, it devours you. You become depleted, right? So we got to keep our walls up. We got to be able to protect ourselves, keeping that wall up, protecting ourselves, and valuing the internal world, right? Because that's where your peace lies. Your peace is everything, right? If you are letting outside circumstances determine your happiness, your positivity, your outlook on life, then what happens? That rules you. That person, that problem will rule you, will control you, right? So that's why we don't want to be letting none of that stuff in, right? We don't want to be letting any of that stuff in, right? We don't want to be letting that stuff in. That's a no-go, right? That is a no-go, right? We want to cultivate our garden. We want to mend our garden, right? We want to mend our garden, right? And that all goes from what we let in our minds, because whatever we let in our minds is going to reflect on the internal world, whether if it's good or if it's bad, right? So we got to stay in control of that. And you have control to stay in control of that, right? Remember, the Spirit of God dwells within you. And He is super powerful. Tap into His power, tap into His strength. And let's start using it, right? Consistently, right? Let's start using it consistently to see the results that we want, right? So that way we can stand strong for where we're going. So that way we can endure life, we can understand life a little bit more better and clearer, right? So I want to leave you guys with this. If you don't keep on going and you just settle for where you're at, you will live in regret later. I'd rather suffer the pain of discipline now than to suffer the regret later. I'd rather suffer the discipline now than to suffer the pain of regret later, right? And a lot of people are not open to suffering the pain now, and that's why they regret later on, right? So take a few minutes of prayer with you guys, and I ask that God could help you to keep enduring. If you fell, help you to keep going, getting back up, right? Serving the kingdom with all strength and all power in His name. Thank you, God, it's already done, right? Thank you, God, it's already done, and that we're able to keep strengthening ourselves and just keep pushing forward in the kingdom. No matter what happens, no matter how many times people try to pull us down, try to bring us down to their level of excellence, we will keep on rising in the spirit and the power of Christ, right? That we're able to actually do this, right? That we're actually able to still do this and just keep walking the walk, right? So thank you, God, for this awareness. Thank you, God, for the strength to help us to keep enduring life struggles and to let that fuel us to push us where we're going. So with that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith of God on the way out. I'm gone. I hope you guys have a blessed and amazing Wednesday. Let's go.